Oh, welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, some of my green manure is looking a little bit sorry for itself, so as it starts to break down, there's field beans and winter tares in this one. I like green manure. It suppresses the weeds for a while, and then we can chop and drop it before the flowers form, because once the flowers form, then the flowers start drawing the nitrogen that it's stored in its roots. Now I want the worms now to eat this, so some beds I'll be using sheep's wool, some I'll be using straw. This is the straw that I bought at £4 a bale. We found 2 bales with pumpkins, but these are my giant potato beds. So as we know, we normally heap up the soil so that the potatoes don't go green. Well, I'm not worried about them going green because I'm just after a giant one, but obviously I'll eat all the small ones. So I'll plant the potato just in the ground. As we know, potatoes normally grow at the same level where we plant the potato, or uphill. So the idea is that I fertile in here, take all the small ones off, and it puts all its energy into the big one. But that will just protect the bed now, even more so. I can add more straw at the start of the growing season. But this again will do a cracking job. Before, I used to cover this with plastic, have a hole, water, feeders. I'll add pipes in here anyway, but it made it very difficult. I put 4 poles in to keep the haulms uphill, because the taller the haulms, the more light they get. Once they flop over, you just can't get in there. Hoping to have more time, he says. But no, I'm pleased with that. So that's one of the green manure beds done. I've done one over there previously. There's others that are still okay. But I think sometimes it's nice to come up to the allotment and just say, right, I'm going to do this today. But let's go and have a little look at some of the straw bale gardening straw that I put in one of my potato beds. See if it's made a difference by covering it with cardboard. Well, that's certainly rotting down well. Before, there wasn't many worms to be seen. But this is lovely material, considering it's just straw. Oh, some nice baby worms there. Really glad to see me, I bet. But they'll just keep nibbling away at that. And creating a nice bit of material to plant some of the giant potatoes in. Let's have a quick look at the sheep's wool. We've only used sheep's wool here, not green manure. I do like to experiment with different things. Wait, feel this is breaking down. Must have put this quite deep, actually. See all the nodules there, and the soil underneath. It's as good as it was when I actually covered it. Still got to fetch the one bag. I must get that this week. else the lady will be giving it away to somebody else. I don't think I need wood on that now. I don't think it's going to blow away. But no, it's looking nice. Green manure is still doing well, and the bed on the left, still haven't had time to do anything with it. Even though sometimes the field beans, broad beans, don't look very happy after the first few frosts. They resprout from the root or just below the surface to give you extra shoots, so don't do anything with them if they're black and horrible. Nature always finds a way. Let's have a quick look at the straw. This is the straw that we used to protect the potatoes, so it weren't conditioned like the other stuff. But again, underneath, no weeds, no nothing. Lovely clean worms. They're loving it in there. Oh, the worms are everywhere. Not happy with me because they don't like the light, so they'll work happily under there. And it's quite feasible for me now to pop some cardboard on top of there, but I'm trying to stop using cardboard and try and use other things. But we don't know what's been sprayed on this corn, let alone what the cardboard contains. I think sometimes we just have to run with the blinkers on and just do our very best. Leave in the comments anything that you have found that you've used that may have contained something that it shouldn't have done. A lot of people don't use coloured cardboard on cereal packets unless they find out whether they're actually you know, organic, not chemical. Helps if I put the microphone on, he says, as I've been pottering about. I'm just draining this because there's lots of silt and debris in the bottom. I don't want that to get into the filter because this feeds the wick gravity wick guttering system in the greenhouse. This sucks up the debris as well as everything else. Top it up with a bit of clean. No more buckets of water, putting pressure on the whole knee. No need to fill it right up because the rain will top it up the rest of the way. But if you like the Melif tools that I do use on my allotment, then why not have a little look in the link in the description below. We'll just have a look at the siphoning system. So all these barrels are connected. They're flopping over a bit, but should be able to see that. But that'll take the water out of that barrel, then it'll take it out the next barrel and the next barrel, all the way around until it comes up to the same level. The spring there just stops the pipe from kinking. I think if you Google siphoning system, my video pops up anyway on how we build that. Morning, Mr. Robin. Hope I've given you some inspiration to do a little bit. It's nice to get out and about. The robin is just having a little look at the berries, the yellow berries on the holly hedge, keeping an eye on me. He loves it when I disturb the soil. Don't like to feed the birds with any food because the rodent issues. But that's a nice few little jobs done over the weekend. I've got plenty to do at home as well. Nice and steady, little and often, as we've learned. If you like the content, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down for the interaction. Leave me a comment on any subject you like. We learn from the comments. Please read those comments. And if you like the comments, give those a thumbs up as well. It all helps. And if you'd like to see what else I get up to over the winter months, then please consider subscribing. Winter is the best time if you can find a dry day. The next 2 weeks looks like it's going to be damp, miserable and horrible, but at least it's going to be a little bit warmer. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now. Don't forget the end screens.